Pavan here, professional Madden player with over $100,000 in earnings in Madden. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the newest and the hottest defense out there in the Madden 25 streets post-patch, and that is the Cover 6 Willie combined with the Edge Blitz 3. $32 is still one of the, if not the best defenses in Madden 25. Let's get into this breakdown real quickly. I know I've broken down the dollar defense before, but it's post-patch. A lot of things don't work. The free safety zone doesn't work anymore. The A-gap blitz got $1. The double mug doesn't work either. So, defense, not to mention they also buffed the zones, or they nerfed the zones. They made them completely worse. So it's hard to get a stop right now. So I'm here for you guys to break down one of the hottest metas right now. So you guys are, going to be able to get out there and run it before it's too late, before they patch it, before your opponent runs it on you and you get absolutely caged. So the premise of this Cover 6 Willie, let's do a little pre-analysis before we get into the play itself and the breakdown. Excuse me for the buffering. But yeah, it's going to be something like this, right? Let me freeze frame it. It's going to look something like this. So the premise of this defense is we are trying to get this middle linebacker. He's on position right now. We're going to try to get him to come through this A-gap on the right. Loop in pretty much, right? But pre-patch, it was a lot of this guy coming through this A-gap. But now we're going to cross him over and loop in and get some nice pressure that way. The Cover 6 Willie is so good because you have match right here on this whole right side. This is going to be a lot of match. And then it has 2 stock man-ups, which pretty crazy. I remember the first time I saw this play, Manu told me about it. Told me, how good it is versus a quick hike. I didn't even realize, this pressure was that good through this A-gap. But, it's just an added bonus on it. So the coverage on this play is amazing. You have 3 deep zones already and 2 man-ups. So this, look at this look right here. 2 people on the left already manned up. You have a match on the right where, all these deep blue zones are going to match on. And then obviously you have your user in a hook curl, or excuse me, in a 3-rec, which 3-recs, if you're not familiar by now, amazing zone. They guard this whole middle of the field. They could go under if you put them on 5. They match as well. And then you have this last guy in this deep blue, which you could do a lot of things with them. What I like to do personally, I like to either, put them out in this purple area. I like to put him in a quarter where he's going to kind of guard the middle of the field rather than the sidelines. Or, I like to get very creative and I like to, man him up to maybe this guy and then maybe put this guy in a cover 2 zone, cross man him. There's a lot you could do. Switch stick onto him and let, Justin Reed play his assignment. You could do a lot with this Cover 6 Willie. So that's the pre-analysis of this play breakdown. The setup itself is super simple. You're going to want to have baseline on. So remember these steps. You're going to want to make sure you are, you have auto flip off. And you're going to want to make sure your looper is on the left. If your blitz doesn't look like this, I know he's still in the gap by accident. It's not correct. You see right here, this is a nice little look. You could do something like this. Get creative, make a cover 4. Have all these areas of the field kind of guarded, just depending on what you're playing, right? That's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. But you see right here, once more, we're baseline, we're pressed, and then you don't have to press. You're baselined, you have auto flip off, and we're gonna make sure you are hovering on this left side right here in this area of the field. You kind of want to, you're standing here to fool the O-lineman, right? You're going to want to stand here and you're going to want to hover and hold the left trigger, aka the strafe button. You're just going to hold there, sit there for a second, let that loop come in. You're going to see we're going to set it up real quickly. Make sure this guy's backed off as well right here, right? We click off and boom, we're in the sweet spot. You're going to see this blitz come in quite a bit versus, just any look, right? Boom, comes in free. We do get dotted by the CPU. We all know how that goes. The CPU be throwing dots out here. But let's change it up to 2 controllers really quickly. And you're going to see this defense is it's just so annoying to play, right? it's already set up essentially for you, right? You don't even have to do anything. You could call this play stock. Just make sure you have baseline um, on, and then make sure you have your auto flip off. Biggest thing, right? Two biggest things: baseline on, auto flip off, and make sure this guy's on the left, right? If he's not on the left, you're doing it wrong. We're gonna stand right here. I'm gonna hold LT and hover. It doesn't come in right there, but look at those sheds, right? Amazing four-man pressure. Everything was matched onto right there. I think there was nothing open. Let's see. I'm gonna run the playback. Was there anything open? I'm not sure if there really was anything open, but nonetheless, once more, comes in, and everything is matched onto. The running back was open, but like, we're not usering, right? We're not usering. So Blitz is that simple. That's why it's so good. You have match. You have a looper coming in free. 2 man-ups, and you're sending 4. Also, guys, if you want to enhance your setup, or if, someone's just abusing, rolling out or something, you could always put these 2 guys on contains. What that's going to do is force your opponent to step up in this little, let me use another one. This little box of the field where, with that, I'm not sure if you guys see, but we have gas now lit up, with double or nothing. And see right here, he's going to go crazy with double or nothing. He's just going to win his one-on-ones. He's going to win double teams. That's why this defense is so good, right? Because ideally, when you see a looper coming in, you're going to want to step away from the blitz, right? Usually back here in this area. But then the contain will come in sometimes and disengage, right? If you drift back too much. If you step to the right, we have a contain meeting you right here. If you step up into the DT, this guy is going to go crazy and tackle you. So it's just not like an ideal setup for your pocket. The best place you would want to kind of chill is like right here, to where you could avoid the looper and avoid this guy as well and avoid the contain. But sometimes you get disengaged, right? We know the disengages are crazy in this year's Madden. So yeah, so that's pretty much why this cover 6 Willie is so effective. It's super simple. It's already set up for you to succeed with the match and the man coverage. You have this guy looping in. As for how to pick it up, I wouldn't let you guys out like that, right? I'm going to show you guys how to pick it up. The blitz itself is super nasty. The sheds are crazy, like right there, boom. Free rusher coming in on a send 4. There's a couple things you could do, right? There are a couple things you could do. One thing I like to do that's been working a lot for me is boom. What we're gonna do is we're gonna ID the mic right here. ID this linebacker, the looper that's coming in. ID. Next thing we're gonna potentially do that's gonna work is we are gonna double team this guy right here, the DT. So ID this looper, double team this DT, and you're gonna see some results in the pass pickup for this loop blitz itself. You see right here, we're still on this side. You want to stand out here to kind of stop the run, to hover. You see right here, actually it didn't work on that play, but you're gonna see right here it does work on this play. Boom. We're gonna actually, I'm not sure, when do I start setting up? Right here, I think. Let me see. Once I start double teaming it, it will start working. I was just going through all the pass protections. You see right here, boom. ID the mic, double team, D2, double team, ID the mic, and the blitz angle itself changes. I'm not sure why it does that. I'm not sure if there's a way to fix that, but instead of running to the right, he runs straight down, and that's amazing protection, right? We do throw a pick, but once more, ID looper, double team this guy, and you won't get that free runner. You're going to be able to send out 5. Other things you could do, you could block your running back. I like doing that when I need to, but it is nice having 5 routes on the field. If someone will be open compared to if you block someone, you're already at a disadvantage. You're sending out 4. You could cook something up sending out 4, but versus a 4-man blitz, that's not ideal. There's 7 in coverage. You have 4 routes to maybe get someone open. Whereas if you're able to pick up the 4-man blitz and send out your running back, you have a 5 on 7, which makes things a little more a little easier. But here we go with the counter. There's always going to be a counter. That's what we do. This is a high-level chess match. Let's just say someone is doing my blocking, right? Or whatever, not my blocking, but the blocking, IDing and double teaming. Well, this is where you get creative, right? This is where you run edge blitz. And you're going to see, instead of coming through that A gap, he's going to come around the edge. And it's super effective if someone has a protection that's working versus Willie. This is what you do. You kind of switch it up. You run something else. You run like edge blitz. You see, we did the protection. We ID'd him and we double teamed right here. Everything here looks clean. And here comes Malcolm Rodriguez on the pressure. Super effective. You could run this and, you know, get a lot of free stops on head-to-head. The zones aren't the best right now. But, you know, if you mix up your blitzes, this is the chess match. Someone's picking up cover 6 Willie, you go to edge blitz. Someone's picking up edge blitz, you go to cover 6 Willie. Someone's picking up both, you go to DB fire. And if that's not working, you get in a different defense altogether. That's kind of how I like to see this game. You're going to get sheds, obviously. You know, the DTs and the DNs and double or nothing are so good. But, you know, that's what it comes down to. It's a chess match. If someone's doing this, I gotta adjust and I gotta do that right here. We showed you the double team and the ID. Did not work versus the edge blitz. Versus DB fire, you know, you were sending 5 right here, but, you know, you get the memo, right? If you're double teaming someone, you have 5 blockers, someone is going to come in free. I could have probably sent this guy out into coverage, you know, but it didn't matter. We actually end up screaming at him. So that's kind of how Dollar is at this current moment. It's the meta for sure. A lot of people are running it. You could get fluky pressure through the A gap, get some amazing sheds, some good pass coverage, and use your switch stick. And if you're able to do all of those things, even to a base level, you don't even need to adjust crazy. You can run stock cover 6 Willie, you can run stock edge blitz 3. Just make sure you prevent those bombs, you know, by using deep, safe zones. Make sure you guys are, you know, in decent depth, right? You notice how I kind of have them backed off right here, rather than, you know, in the box where I used to have them. That's because the bombs are crazy right now, right? And the zones don't play too much. So, you know, with this look, I could do a lot. You know, I could cross man these guys. You know, I could put one guy in a deep third and then, you know, someone in a cover 3 cloud. There's a lot you could do with these looks, right? Rather than when they're in the box. You know, it doesn't matter if you're getting that pressure, you're gonna be able to win these games. That's the cover 6 Willie, the edge blitz 3 broken down. The edge blitz 3 setup super simple. You just come out on the play, make sure your linebacker is on the same side as your looper. That way you're going to be able to get some free runners and some nice pressure. So that's the defense that a lot of people are running right now. Make sure you guys get on it. If you like this type of content, there's more content like this on the Madden Academy out now. Free courses, free looks, coaching, all that stuff at the Madden Academy. Go check it out now. If you want more content like this, smash that like button and we will get it to you ASAP. Appreciate you guys watching. See you in the next video.